I would say, like, class, like, I need everybody to do this. Flip the paper over and do this. Gunner would just be like, well, I'm going to do this in a second. Like, and I'm just like, all right, what? I'm like, hey, you can't use pen. You got to use pencil. He'd be like, oh, I want to use a pen. You know what I mean? It's like, just don't do that. Just do this. First of all, I want to say thank y'all so much. And when I say y'all, so I'm talking, and I always do this a little bit different, how like I kind of introduce myself and stuff like that. I don't have to introduce myself to you. I have to introduce myself to you, but I'll be honest with you. I think we might have talked before at some point.
You and Miss Break are one of my favorites. That's the
Who?
only reason I did this. Break. Melissa Break.
Okay. So, all right, let me get past this real quick. Leah, Layla.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So Leah, amazing. I work with your mom. She's amazing. Amazing. And I don't want to talk too much about her, but I do want to talk about her a little bit here in a second. And then Layla. So first of all, I want to say I'm sorry for not remembering.
It's just fine. I was only there for like 2 months.
Okay. So, but still, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, yeah, 2 months, but like, your mom knows a lot. Like, I share with her mom a lot of stuff, like, because that's like kind of that's my friend for the day, that like I have that time to be around an adult that I trust. You know what I mean? So my memory's horrible, like really, really bad. Like before I was diagnosed with ADHD, like I started teaching, I taught you. So how many years ago was that?
That you taught me in 6th grade.
Sixth grade. Yeah, I remember. Yep, I remember. Yes, I 100% remember now. I 100%.
Same class with Leo Alfrez when he was.
You are good at math. I remember you. Holy jeez, I remember you. It took a second. I do. I 100%. So I remember. Oh my gosh, I do.
Yeah, I've always been laughing.
You have changed so much. I'm freaking out right now. Okay, so let me finish. My memory's horrible. Like really, really bad. I've just proven it.
That's why I'm even mad.
But 100%. Holy jeez, that was my first year teaching. That was my first year ever teaching. And so 6th grade was on campus. It was 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade at the junior high. I taught 8th grade 6 periods of my day. And then that was my one period that I taught half of the class, because you had Miss Slayton the first time.
Yep.
And then it would have been Coach Ferris, but it was me, because I had to fill that gap because he had to go coach. Okay, so I remember it now. So please, and I'm trying to piece together my memories, and this will help me clarify if I'm right in my head. Did you used to wear glasses?
Yep.
Yes. Were they but did they not just glasses, but there was something that stood out about them? Like, were they like a bigger frame?
They were huge.
Okay.
Oh my gosh,
they were huge, and I had really, really short hair.
See, this
guy looked like a dude.
She did. Like, not a dude, but you had short hair. Because here's the thing I'm trying to, I remember you, and I know you know it now. Like, and man, you were in there with Leo, you were in there with Alex. You remember, did you stay long enough to where I used to kick Alex out in the hallway?
Yep.
Like, he had his own desk outside in the hallway.
Yep.
Yeah, so like, over there where it's now.
I sat with Lawhead and Green.
Yes.
Amari Green, and then I sat right next to him.
Yes.
Yep.
So do you remember like the class where Coach Ferris's class was and stuff like that? All right. So I'm in Coach Ferris's room. So right there is the gym. Mm-hmm. There was a desk, an old desk that we just put in the corner, and then like they were gonna get rid of it, and I was like, oh no, that's Alex's desk. So I'm in there teaching honors, or I'm teaching honors 6th grade, and I'm in there and just like doing my thing and stuff like that, and I'm trying to keep. I want to say there was like 24, 25 kids in a teeny tiny room.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Yes, like we always had to like move like that to get by each other. Yeah. So I tried to do that, like manage that class and stuff like that. And I remember Alex would always be Alex. You know what I mean? He knows. Like my
He's
thing
still
is,
Alex.
yes, I know he is. I know he is because like, so I lost touch with him for about a year or two because he went somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then he came back and I seen him one time and I was like, that's my dude. Because yes, he had his own desk, but like I don't know if you go there long enough to see, but like me and him made a connection though. On his good days, we were like besties. Mm-hmm. On his bad days, it's like, dude, I can't handle you. Get out of my class, So.
Sit out there.
Anyways, I've talked too much, but I just was so excited because, to be honest with you, I've been like this whole time, I don't know Layla. And now the more I say your name, I remember you. I remember you almost to the T. I remember you. You were very talkative.
I would sit there and complain the whole time about Miss Slayton.
Yes. Oh my gosh. God. So if Miss Slayton's watching this, I'm so sorry. I love you so much.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, but so anyways, all right, so let's move past that, right? Oh, thank you for doing this. That means so much to me. Oh my heart is like on fire for real. So
I think you, Miss Lopez, and Miss Brick were the only ones I really remembered. That was
oh
it.
my gosh, that's so crazy. Well,
like,
well, thank you.
what?
That means a lot. Like, and I'll be honest with you. That was my first year teaching. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? I know how to deal with kids and stuff like that, but I didn't know what I was doing. And for the fact that you said that you remembered me, and that was really cool, and you I guess you liked me, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to teach. I knew how to be a person. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
how to, and I think sometimes that teachers,
Just kind of forget.
they get or they get wrapped up in maybe the bad ones. You know what I mean? And they're so used to that
They
like
just expect it.
yes,
Yeah. They
whenever
just go
whenever a
with
student
it.
that talks like you, they don't see that as that's just a personality. Then she's not a bad kid just because she talks.
They
You
just
know what I
see
mean?
immediately as just
That's bad
Trouble.
kid.
trouble. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's happened a lot.
Okay.
Especially throughout the years, like me and her.
Uh-huh.
I would sit there. How many days out of a year was I actually out of ISS for talking?
Oh,
And that was
she
right before they
nuts.
diagnosed me with ADHD.
Oh
And
my
they were
gosh.
like, because they were just sitting there and they were like, well, you can sit down, you can be quiet, you can do this, you can do that. And I'm sitting there like, hold on, bud. Calm it down.
So when was that? When did sorry. When did you get diagnosed with ADHD? Do you remember what school year or how old you were? Or, I'm not good with.
It was the month right before
Bef-
6th grade.
Okay, before 6th grade?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were diagnosed. Okay, so here's.
I think that's why I got along with you. Is
Okay.
I saw a lot of similarities.
Isn't that
right there.
weird? And I didn't
Yeah,
even
and
know I
I was
had
sitting there
ADHD.
like-
Never thought about it.
Yeah.
Wow. So, all right. So here's my question for you, and you don't have to answer this because I know it's personal. But did you start medicine at that point, or did you just?
Yes.
Okay.
That was a
So
big issue right there.
big issue. The medicine,
Yeah.
like it just wasn't what it. What was the deal?
Well, they put me. Here's the issue. I ended up having to change doctors because of what they did. Instead of putting me on a very low dose and starting me off like that, I also have severe insomnia
Ooh.
on top of that. And then I used to take something for pain because I have scoliosis really bad. So they, instead of doing that, put me on 75 milligrams of methylphenidate and then 50 milligrams of guanfacine at the same time. And it was real bad. That's why I didn't go to school a lot in that time, was because I was trying to balance, the aggression that came with it and then the manic moments. It was a lot.
I love how you put stuff into words. Like you're so smart. I knew that from that little time we were together, but like hearing you use words the way you did, like manic, right? I don't know. There's certain words I'm just not good at. I'm good at math, okay, and I'm good at talking to people. That's about it. Like I know kind of the gist of what that means, but I'm with you. So, man, that is so crazy. So I always like to talk to people that have been on ADHD medicine.
Yeah.
I would love to find someone like my age that started about the same time so we can compare stuff. So I'm talking to kids all the time, and I never invade, like just like how I did with you. I said, you don't have to tell me, but,
I'm
about
an
medicine.
open
You know what I
book.
mean? So I went 39 years. You have ADHD. It's not
Yeah.
like it's,
And you
you
can't
just,
slip it off.
you got contagious and now you caught it at 7th. No, you have it.
Oh.
So I struggled. I failed so much in high school and junior high and college. I have the lowest GPA out of any teacher in the entire school district. That's not a lie. My principal, Mr. Harvell, he had to sign a piece of paper before he could hire me, saying, I know that his GPA is lower than what we normally accept. He had to sign that off. So I'm not saying that I didn't put in the effort and I could have done better, but I'm saying that if I would have had a little bit different treatment, whether it be trying medicine or trying therapy or something like that, then I'd probably be in a different spot. But I'm not mad at anything because I wouldn't be married to my wife. I wouldn't have Hunter. I wouldn't have Micah and all this kind of stuff in Madison. So it's just cool. I could talk about this for years with ADHD, so I'm not going to. So Leah, this is what I've been trying to now here you are. So all right, so what's going on with you?
Well, high school.
Yeah.
Well, my stuff's been really good, honestly.
Yeah. So this is, don't be mad. Is this your sophomore year now?
Sophomore
okay.
year.
Both sophomore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So That makes sense.
more
Okay.
years.
Both sides.
2 more.
Okay. No.
No more.
Hey, so you say 2 more years, but
then
like.
when I get there, I'm gonna be like, oh, I miss being a freshman or
Well,
something like that.
Yeah.
well, here's the thing. Like back in my day, like it was hard to graduate early. It was like there wasn't as many opportunities, stuff like that. So, anyways, my son is a senior in Whitney, Micah, and he told us like a month or 2 ago. He said, "I want to graduate early," and we're like, is it okay to do that? And then he's like, yeah, I just want to because I want to work a few months and then that way I can save up some money before I go to college. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm cool with that. So me and his mom talked. He's graduating in December. So you say only 2 more years, but like you could graduate early. You know what I
I
mean?
know your son.
Yeah, I saw you thinking about it. I saw you
Yeah.
because like, and I could see your mind was like walking through how you knew him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I went to Whitney. That's where I
okay.
moved.
So
and Alex.
okay. So go ahead and let me get you started on something. I'll look up a picture real quick.
Yeah.
So sophomore, right?
Yes.
So I never really had like you in class really. Did we ever mix up like at the?
It was like the end of the year. It would
Okay.
be like I went to Miss Stepp's class for
Yes.
my 4th period, and the 5th period I would flip flop to your class.
I remember. It was weird.
It was really weird.
It was weird, and I'll be honest with you. I think it had its benefits. I do, but also we haven't done that last year, and we're not doing it this year. And last year was the best results we've ever had for Star, and the whole reason why we flip flop y'all is to get you ready for Star.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm kind of going. And there's other things. Yes, I have a different teaching partner right now, like Miss Rodriguez, amazing. Like, here's the thing. I consider myself a good teacher. I hear other people tell me like better than that, right? It hurts my feelings if I ever heard worse than that, but I think I'm a really good teacher, and obviously like building relationships, that's a super important thing, but to me also it's the numbers, so it's the star scores. But Miss Rodriguez, I think she's a better teacher. Your mom gets to work with her 3 times.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying better teacher than Miss Step. I'm not saying that. No, you weren't saying that either. You weren't saying that either. I know you were like, I misunderstood. No. So like, it's just I didn't make it clear. So like, your mom works with Miss Rodriguez.
Yeah.
3 or 4 or maybe 5 periods. I'm looking at her right now. How many periods are you in there with her? 5. So 5. So just FYI, just so people know. Sorry, there you go, camera. Just so people know, Leah's mom, Lisa, is here. She's just kind of in the background. So like, yeah, we get to use her as like yeah. It's just like, huh, shoot. Oh, okay. Yeah. So no, it's not that at all. But so she's in there for 5 periods, and she's in my classroom for 1. So she, beyond anyone else in that entire school, would be able to tell you the most honest answer. In my opinion, I think Miss Rodriguez is a better teacher. Now, that's on certain things, right?
Yeah.
When I say a better teacher, I think that she has a better routine, and she gets them to continuously think and work.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I've been doing it for a few more years. So to me, I've tried a bunch of stuff and saw what's not going to work. So I've kind of know what's going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think she's a better teacher because if she had the years that I had in the same subject, well beyond me. That's my opinion. I love her. I know she loves me, and she would probably say the opposite. But just like, it's been so different. So like you were saying that you did kind of switch over, right?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like 5 or 6 weeks before Star.
It was weird because we did like there was like A, B, and C groups.
Yes,
and,
I
like,
remember it.
It was cool. I didn't like it. I was still in my like bubble. I didn't talk to a lot of people, so I just
Yes.
sat there like.
Yes, no, I get it 100%. So I remember now. So it's nothing against stuff. I think you should try stuff, and if it doesn't
Yeah.
work, then you don't do it again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I tried that, I think, for 1 or 2 years with Miss Step, and it probably was better than a lot of other methods,
Yeah.
but it was proven last year we didn't do it at all,
Yeah.
and
And
amazing.
test scores
Yes,
got better.
amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like I'm listening to you saying it was weird, like, and we
Yeah.
had to do this, it was confusing and all this kind
Yeah.
of stuff. Why should we put a kid through that feeling that's about to get ready to take a STAR test when we could not, like, make them feel comfortable and safe in the same environment,
Yeah.
and we just kind of make it fun in the environment? You know what I mean? So I'm glad that we tried it and we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So how's it going in school so far? So like, Layla, I'm sure that she's got all kinds of stuff to say, but I'm curious about you just right now because, like, I remember you in the hallways, like, and like you said, you were quiet. You know what I
I
mean?
didn't talk.
like, so one thing that I noticed about you was I consider myself socially awkward, which a lot of people would be like, that's crazy. If I'm out of my comfort, I don't act crazy.
Yeah.
But if I'm in my comfort, I'm going to be socially crazy. You know what I mean? So, like, I could see sometimes we'd see each other down the hallway, and then, like, I'd wave, and then, like, there'd be a hesitation, or
Yeah.
you'd wave and be hesitation. And it's because we're both kind of very similar in that sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's kind of different, you know? So how's it going now? Because your mom has said amazing things about, like, how much you've blown up, like, kept being like a butterfly. So tell me, how's that going? What's new? What's the different new you?
Well, high school really changes a lot of perspective that you have on everything.
Yeah.
I think really because, not saying junior high doesn't have like a whole lot of opportunities, but when you get to high school, there's like multiple opportunities that you can like go out onto.
I'm with you. So what's some of those opportunities you do? Like, 'cause I'll be honest with you, I've been to some volleyball games and stuff, but like I haven't watched everybody. So are you into like sports right now? Are you into like arts? Are you into?
I don't play sports.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get it. Because I remember in junior high you did though.
I played basketball.
Yes, I remember. Because I'm about to say it because like I wouldn't have asked you that if I didn't remember you doing it. Okay.
Basketball was cool and all. But
Okay.
I feel like they only put me on the team because I was the tallest one there.
I get it because back then you were so tall. Like, and
still am.
No, you still are tall, but like, okay. So let me kind of give you a rundown on. I'm having another guest come out here in about 30 minutes, and he's a little tall. He's 6'4", almost 6'5", and he's a 7th grader. He's 13 years old.
Yikes.
Yes. So so yes, you're tall. Absolutely, you're tall. My wife, she considers herself tall. I consider herself tall. Like, she's like 5'6", 5'7", but like women, I think in United States is like 5'3", 5'4", I think is like the average.
That's like the average height.
Yeah.
And
So go
I'm
ahead.
like,
you're like 5.
I'm 5'2".
5'2"?
I grew.
Oh my gosh.
Like fourth grade, never grew again.
You were one of the tallest.
I was.
Me and
I
her
was
went
one
back
of the
and forth.
tallest. Me and her and Ashlyn,
Ashlyn.
Handy,
Uh-huh.
all three
Back
of
and
us.
forth,
we
and
were
then
the
you
tallest.
stopped, and me and Ashlyn kept going.
I
We still
stopped,
compete.
then
Ashlyn, hold on. Oh, hold on. No. I know. Oh, yes, I know. I remember
Yep.
Ashlyn 100%. So I get Ashlyn confused with Natalie Duffy, and the only reason why is, and they're 2 years apart, is like they're both blonde.
Oh,
and
you're talking-
like, yeah. So I was like it took me a second. I had to picture her, but I was like, it's not Natalie because Natalie's graduated, and this other girl hasn't graduated. Then I was like, oh, I remember her because I remember her Handy. It's because I had her in class, and I first time when I see you say your last name, if it's a common town last name like Handy, I'm gonna ask you. I'm like, are you related to Bubba? Are you related to Miss Handy at the intermediate? Like, you know what I mean? So like, and she was like, at first she was like, yeah, I think so. So that's how on day one, that's how I pictured her. You're related to the Handys. So, and what was so weird for me is the Handys are all pretty much Hispanic. I mean, they are like, I mean, it's a Hispanic family, and then there's the ones that married in that weren't Hispanic.
Yeah.
So Ashlyn does not look Hispanic.
That
You know
girl
what I
is
mean?
white as snow.
Yes, like super white, super white. So like that's why like it always stuck with me, Handy. I was like, and I always will remember you because it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm expecting you to look like, you know, Bubba and David and their mom, and you don't. You know, so.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So all right. So you're not into sports. So what are you really into?
Right now I'm in my second year of culinary arts in high school. I'm in art 2. But culinary is really my like main passion over there at high school. It's really fun. I mean, like today we're making Thanksgiving food because we're gonna have a Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday.
Dude, oh my gosh, it's almost here.
I made sweet potatoes.
Oh,
Next
Thanksgiving is almost here. You made sweet potatoes? So
I didn't
like,
want to make sweet potatoes.
so all right. So I was about to say like I would ask like I would love to try some of y'all stuff, but I don't like sweet potatoes at all.
Don't either.
Like
Me
neither.
like and here's the way I know I don't is because I don't know why it is, but every time we go down to the coast, like to go to Galveston or something like that, anytime we're near the border, if we stay in a hotel, like their free breakfast, it's always the potatoes are always sweet potatoes, and I don't like it. I don't like sweet potatoes, so it's like why can't you just give me regular potatoes?
Yeah.
You know, so
Sweet potatoes are like they're okay, but they're not like like if you give me like potatoes and sweet potatoes,
I'm choosing
Yes.
taters.
Yeah.
I'm choosing taters.
No,
And-
absolutely. So culinary, that is so cool.
Yeah.
So and do you remember Madison? Like my daughter Madison?
Yeah.
Okay, so I always have to ask people that because I can't remember if people said that they do and what interaction y'all have had and stuff like that. So anyways, Madison has her own garden. Like she built it over the summer in our backyard. She paid for everything. The soil, the fencing, all of her seeds, like everything. She sold cakes over the summer just so she could do that. So the whole reason why she wants to do gardening, she doesn't really want to do gardening. She wants to raise very good food and use it for her culinary because she wants to do culinary school. Oh my gosh, that is so cool that you're into that. So, all right, so like if they send out those emails, because as teachers we get those emails that say like when culinary is doing something, we can buy it,
Yeah.
right? So are you a part of that? Like the people that make that, or?
Majority of the time, like so far, we haven't really been a part of that.
Okay.
It's been more of her, like, the kids it's like pre-something.
Okay,
Like they're
okay.
high seniors.
Okay.
They make all of it.
Okay.
We
I was
help
just
box
curious.
the stuff, that's about it.
Okay, but hey, no, that's
We
cool.
box.
I get the emails, and I hate to say this. I think I've only bought one thing ever from them, but it's a lot of times like whenever they're selling this stuff, I'm like trying to like not eat like that or not eat that certain thing. So it's like, do I want to spend however much money that is, and that kind of breaks my diet or whatever. So I'm like, But that is so cool that you're into culinary. So what are you into? See, I caught her. Yes, that's what I do to students all the time during class. I do it all the time. I'll sit there and be like, I'll wait till they're like doing the nod thing, and like I'll just go over here and I'll talk loud and I'll be like, all right, so what is that? And then they're just B. I'm like, it's not multiple choice.
But what am I doing? I guess.
Doing what?
I guess theater and.
Oh, that's my stuff
it.
right there.
I know, right?
So like, so it's you like doing the goofy stuff or the serious stuff or?
I actually, I'm in the wrong class right now, which is completely weird to say considering I tried to get it changed twice and they still haven't done it.
Oh man.
And it's so late into the year that I just gave up.
Yeah.
They put me in technical theater. Do I look like I work in a shop?
Oh, is that what that
I
is?
use sauce and stuff?
Okay.
No.
So technical theater is like when they build the props and like they do the sound and the.
Yeah, it's
okay.
it's like. Yeah, the technician work.
Okay,
Lights,
text,
stuff like that.
text, like
Yeah.
okay, theater. See, I just didn't know that was they had a class for that. They never had that class back when we was in
They
school.
have one for that, and I was supposed to be in theater, so I'm sitting here. This summer, I was excited. I was like, "Oh my god, I hope we do another thing on improv." I love improv.
Okay.
Funny you should ask. Anything like that,
Yeah.
love improv.
Yeah.
It's a big, big hole in my heart for it. But when I got there and I saw theater tech, and I was like, that's not what I signed up for. But
Yeah.
okay, whatever you say. So I got in there and we're doing another unit on Shakespeare, and I've already been taught this unit on Shakespeare, so I'm sitting here acting surprised because everybody else hasn't learned about it. But, you know, it's pretty good though. I get to sit there and already know all the answers.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about it.
Oh my gosh. So you talked about improv. So like, I haven't told a whole bunch of people this, like, and I say a whole bunch of people, I think I might have mentioned it on a podcast. I can't remember. I know I've told your mom plenty of times that like I want to get into like stand-up comedy. You know what I mean? Like I want to do it. Like I've been following about 8 or 9 stand-up comics, and I've seen thousands of hours of their material, of how they come up with it and how they work it and take notes and all that stuff. I have my own journal. I've started taking my own notes, and like I've got my own bits that I want to do, but like, I'll be honest with you, like, I don't know if I could take rejection during the school year. You know what I mean? If I go and do my first stand-up, like on a Saturday night or whatever, and I'm up there and I bomb, and everybody's like, boo, or they don't laugh, or I whatever, I got one day to deal with that, and then I got to go back and be this cheery, nice guy at school. So, but man, like, I wish I would have done acting theater, right? That's what it's called. I always want to say it's acting, but then in high school it's the theater. So I know you're acting, but theater class. So okay, so like you're giving it up on it for the year to get it changed? Is that what you?
Yeah, I'm giving up on it for this year to get it changed, but I can get it changed to something that like next year.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about it. Actually, on the stand-up comedy thing, I've wanted to be a stand-up comic.
I think you would be really good.
You'd be amazing.
I think 100% you'd be amazing, and I think that and the more I see you talk, because I can see like things in your
I'm
face
very
that
fluid.
but like I'm just recalling stuff from whenever you used to talk to me, and it was almost the same way. I think I sat with the door right here, and you were kind of over here, because I remember this angle. This angle is
Yep.
about the same thing, and I remember just watching your face, because I'm real big on, I'm gonna make eye contact.
Like
I'm gonna do
facial
that.
movements. That's
Yes,
how I do. I read
and
facial
and I'm
movements.
reading your face, and I'm like, I remember this girl. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
remember her so much. So
I've always been a very animated talker.
That's-
Even just right now, I just
that it's your eyes too.
Like that, yeah,
It's
I
your eyes
talk a
too.
lot with my
Yes.
eyes.
No, that's good. But like stand-up comedy, it's a lot with timing, and it's a lot with how you can do a facial expression, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like being able to
Yeah,
tell a
like
story
that.
with your face, you know?
Yeah.
So, man, I would love if you ever got into it. So I don't know. So if you ever try it before I do, you've got to tell me how it went, where'd you go, and all that kind of stuff. If same thing, vice versa, I promise you I will get with you and tell you, like, here's how it went, you know what I mean? Or
Actually-
here's what's up.
I did once. I've actually
Okay.
performed once, but it was at the. It was at this little place in Whitney called Rumors on the Lake.
Rumors on the Lake? Okay.
It's mostly a bar, but it's a grill too, so you
Okay.
can go in there.
Oh, I
They
get
have
it.
karaoke nights, and I go
Okay.
out there and destroy it.
That's
But-
awesome.
So sometimes they'll have like open mic nights, pretty much.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. And I know one time I went out there, and it was right after a karaoke thing, and I sat up there for like 5 minutes, and I just kept ripping off jokes, making them laugh. It was great. I got
awesome.
some old lady in the crowd gave me like $20 for it, and I was like, man, I should do this more often. This is great.
Like, no,
But-
I 100%. I would not say this if I didn't believe. I think you would do amazing. A lot of it is being able to have the confidence to go up there and just be yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the material, you just got to practice it. You got to
Yeah.
practice it and throw away what doesn't work, keep what does. Man,
It's a lot of trial and error.
Oh
That's
yes,
about it.
like yes, I get it. I watch their podcast, the comedians podcast, and like for them, they're at the point where it's just easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're just talking on the podcast. What they have to do in front of crowds, they say all the time, they'll bomb. Like they'll go to a whole stadium full of people and then just bomb. Like people are booing them and stuff like that. And he said, you've got to go through those so you can get it perfect. You know what I mean? Learn how to read the room and stuff like that. So I'm all about it. So I think that in the future, there's going to be some level of me and you involved in stand-up comedy, like 100%. 100%.
That'd be great.
100%. Like, so, all right. So theater, no sports, right?
No.
Okay. I don't know. Like here, I don't know. All right. So no sports, no theater. I'm trying to think what else, like, is that kind of it? Like is the theater kind of thing? Do you do like another elective that you really get into?
No, I was in a D&D club for 2 years. That's it.
They had a club?
Oh yeah, there was this one teacher. What's his? Oh yeah.
Jacob. Is it here in Hillsborough?
No,
Oh,
it was
okay.
in Whitney.
Whitney.
I was in a
Okay.
D&D club. His name was. He was such a good teacher, and that was another. I've only had a few teachers that stuck with me. And what is his name? Kirchmar. John Kirchmar. I remember it because
Okay.
he had a little. The end of the year he wore a little pink cowboy hat on, bald head. Now that
Kirchmar.
That dude, if I wanted anybody to teach me again, that dude is the one I want.
Gotcha.
Because the rest of my teachers just kind of gave up on me because I couldn't understand as quick and everything else as everybody else.
Okay.
He actually would stay after class and stay later in teaching and reteach me the entire lesson in a way that I would be able to do it.
Huh.
And it was so like I don't know how to explain it. Between you, Miss Brake, and Kirchmar, I think y'all were the only ones that actually paid attention and were able to actually kind of say it in a way I would be able to comprehend.
And I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah,
Like, I'm being honest with you.
It was just talking like a human.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. Because
Yeah.
I can't understand it when people are just the same monotonous thing over and over and over again. It does not register with me. Now, if you do certain cues and or just certain words and or put like just be eloquent with it, I can understand it that way.
Yeah.
And that's just how I am. I've always just been like that. It's just certain word cues, certain movements, something like that. It always just sticks with me more than it does just normal words. And he was awesome.
So, all right. So I want to add on to that in just a second. But anyways, I forgot to pull up my picture. This is my son, Micah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him
Okay.
in
So
all.
he's changed with longer hair now and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I'm not saying that there's a lot of those parents out there, but like there was a time period in my life that I wasn't as involved in Micah's life. Like, and I mean, what I mean by that is like I didn't know what class he had for every class period. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. And I'm not saying I really do now, but like there's been a big change in our family for the past almost year and a half. I got on ADHD medicine. We started counseling. Me and my wife we have marriage counseling, and I have my own therapist.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my God, amazing!
It
oh
helps.
my God, amazing! So we started that, and I committed to my family. We're changing, and I'm the one that's gonna like be the one that really needs change, and we're gonna all talk.
Yeah.
So Micah knows everything ever happened in my life, and I'm not ashamed to tell him because he needs to know. Like my whole life, I was always wondering, did my parents ever do this? Like if I ever even thought to ask them that, I would be grounded. Like that's none of your business. That's whenever, you know. And I'm like, there was a time where that was the norm, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking some people that still is the norm where like, oh, there's certain things you just don't tell your kid,
Very
right?
hush.
But that's just not what I choose. What I choose is, and I've seen the benefits of it, we've never been closer in this in our entire lives. Like, my son calls me now just to say, hey, I just want to tell you I love you, Dad. You know what I mean? He's a 17-year-old boy. You don't have to do
You
that.
don't get that very often.
You know what I mean? And it's not like he does it all the time, but it's just like he sees that I'm putting in the effort, so he's like trying to say, like, I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyways, it's really cool. That was Micah. So, all right, I was going to add on to it. So what was it that you ended off saying? Because, what were you just talking about? It was teachers and not seeing. Oh, yep, I remember.
Yep.
So I have to walk myself through it. So I think what you're saying is true. And here is my experience that I can relate to this year, this week. I know his mom would not mind me saying his name. His name is Justin Gibson. Okay, your mom. Your mom. I'm so sorry because I'm trying to switch. So yes, there she is back there. But your mom works with me with Justin in 7th period, right? Justin was a lot like me, or I was. You know, we're probably very similar in school. He told me that I think he told me this yesterday. He said, Mr. Ennis, can you come here? And like he wanted me to like bend down at the table so he could kind of talk quietly. I think that's where it was. Or either that or he came up to my desk and he said, I just want you to know something. Like it was today. I remember it now. I had to walk through it. And he said, ever since 3rd grade, I was horrible at math. I don't know if he said he didn't like it, but he felt like he was a failure at math, right? And he said, until you make me see that it wasn't that I was a failure. And like, he's basically trying to say like, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your mom knows, and I think that other teachers might have said, I don't have the patience for Justin maybe. So I'm going to just not worry about it as much. I know that I'm not the most patient person in the world, but I know that my son Hunter, you've seen him in here, right? So that was my son. He's autistic, and he used to be a runner. And so we're on a level 9 awareness 100% of the time we're awake because he could do anything at any time. So he's taught me patience. I took that patience from Hunter and I spent it on Justin this year, and it's wild. It's like he focuses. He gets done with his work every single day. Mr. Ennis, like this. And then I'm like, hey man, what's going on? And he's like, is there anything else I need to do? And I'm like, dude, nah, you killed it for the day. And it's just like as if I just gave him the toy he wanted for Christmas. It's just lighting up. I did good. Man, that's amazing. That's amazing to know that there's people out there, and I know that's just my experience. Okay, I know there's other people who have that same story, but that right there, I'll remember that for life. You know what I mean? For life, that moment. And for him, maybe. I don't know. I hope. But that's kind of selfish. All right, so what else is going on? So like I don't want to mention him. I wanted you to bring him up.
What?
So are you like you have a
anybody?
friend? Huh? Yep.
My boyfriend?
Mm-hmm. Who's your boyfriend?
Gunner.
So Gunner
Yeah.
was on a podcast with me,
Yeah.
Alani, Kyra, and Eli. So Gunner, yes, Gunner. I had Gunner in the same class I had you. I remember that. So
It's a horrible, just 3 kids, me, Damari, and Gunner. And we
Yep,
were just
I remember.
A group of loud.
Gunner was at the table all the way up against the bookcases, and he sat on the furthest side, so his back was to the bookcase. I can remember stuff. You've allowed me to do that. I haven't thought about that entire year until just now. It's been 2 or 3 years since I've thought about it. You brought it all back to me, so that's super cool. But yeah, so Gunner, he's an awesome guy. He is. Even when I met him, like in 6th grade, I knew he was like, I mean, back then, I don't know if that word was like the thing to say, but he was extra. Like he was. In that class,
Yep.
he was extra. You know what I mean? Very, very vocal, very, very like opinionated, and he would snap back. You know what I mean? So like I would say like class, like I need everybody to do this. Flip the paper over and do this. Gunner would just be like, well, I'm gonna do this in a second. Like, and I'm just like, what? I'm like, Gunner, just stop and just do it. You know you're gonna do it anyways. Just do it.
Oh my gosh.
Like it was something like that. I just remember, or like I'd be like I don't know, something dumb like, hey, you can't use pen, you gotta use pencil. He'd be like, oh, I wanna use a pen. You know what I mean? It's like, just don't do that, just do this. It was something like that. But it was like almost every day. He said it was like, oh my gosh,
He
okay.
was something else.
Yes, so
Back.
So Gunner, yeah, Gunner's a
Yes.
great guy. He definitely
He
is.
is.
Here's what I was talking to your mom, and I was trying to get ideas to talk about. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't thought about that until this second because I was worried about there'd be something that we wouldn't really have to talk about. But the second that I remember you and the second that we get into this is the new you, like I don't need some like a list of things. Oh, here's some emergency things. But I did see, because I can't remember them, and I'm trying to like test myself, my memory, to not look at the text. Your mom sent me 2 texts. She sent me one that was like a list, and it had a list of things, and I remember some things that she said that that y'all talked about or y'all good with and stuff. But before I get to that, how did y'all meet?
Oh my.
Let me tell the story, because
No, I'm the one who did it. No.
I
Okay.
received the
no.
brunt of it, though.
No.
No, y'all decide. Go ahead.
All right, so I get to tell the story. So here we are. It is it wasn't sand. It had to be gravel. Okay, never mind.
It was the dirt
But it was,
under the tree.
It was the dirt. So here we are, pre-K. It is recess. I am over there next to the tree. There's a little like stand. It's like a fake shop, right?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sitting there, living my life, eating dirt, because I was I just eat dirt and sand. What was wrong with me? But I was over there eating handfuls of dirt, the usual, doing my routine. Then I feel the worst pain I've ever felt in my life shoot up my spine. She kicked me so hard in the spine to tell me to stop eating dirt, that's nasty, and then we played shop. And we've been best friends since.
That's why her spine is like that. You caused it.
I got
Oh my gosh.
spine
My
now.
little 5-year-old foot.
Whoa. You can't say 5-year-old foot like as if you're not always been taller than people. I'm sure that your 5-year-old foot was like a 7 or 8-year-old foot.
5.
And that girl, when I tell you, what were you wearing that day? It was either like really thick.
It was my little Skechers that lit up and they had glitters
Oh,
on the back and
them
it had a little
twinkle
unicorn.
toes?
Yes.
Oh my God.
They're
that
my
hurts
twinkle
back just
toe
remembering.
hard shoes.
That girl could
It was
kick like a pro footballer.
It was nasty. I was like, oh my gosh, nobody gonna want to play with her. I was thinking about you. Nobody's gonna want to be her friend. I'll make her stop. Walked over there,
Right in my spine.
fell down.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'm like,
We've been best friends ever since.
and they were like, you wanna play shop? I'm like, yeah.
I'm
Then we
like,
didn't talk to each
I'm
other
like,
for like,
I'm like on the ground.
Just like halfway blood and dirt, just like right here. No, I don't want to play. Like, I can see it. I'm a friend. Like, you ain't my friend now.
I had no friends.
I was your friend.
Hey.
And this one boy, you remember Billy Green? That was my friend right
Okay.
there. That was I like to say he was my little boyfriend because we was friends. And you know
Oh
what
my
I do?
God. Girl, you call everybody your man. You do.
Oh my
do
gosh. Oh my gosh.
But
I do.
it
I'm
was
just
so
joking.
funny.
I'm just joking, check that
'cause
out.
It was like Who becomes friends like that? I'm sitting there. You got your little low president ponytail, and I'm sitting here with my little bowl cut, blunt bangs.
Oh my gosh!
I had no teeth. 'Cause all of my teeth came loose like a lot earlier than everybody else, so I had like no front teeth. I'm sitting there talking like just dirt falling out of my
Just
mouth.
dirt and spit. It's like mud.
I'm just on the ground. I'm laying like this, exactly like this, and she's just like, "Do you want to play shop?" I'm like, "Yeah."
That's so funny. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. All right, so hey, I'm running out of time. Like, and first of all, like, I got one more thing I want to ask in just a second. But is there anything like y'all want to talk about? Because I get it. Like, this was like something that we talked about a whole bunch of stuff. But like what? Like, is there something that you come on here and you're like, oh, I want to make sure that we talk about. I have this question or anything like that.
You want to talk about bullying?
Sure.
Okay.
Why don't we talk about how different our perspectives has changed since middle school?
My
Because I got some good stories. Because Brenda Cruz is my sister.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you had
yes.
her.
So yes, that's what Mr. Devore said. Yeah.
That's another real cool thing. Is like, see, she learns better with the monotonous thing. Going back, reiterating on that, she learns better with monotonous stuff. So she was a little confused throughout the year, but she got it at the end. But I'm more peppy, so it was stuff like that.
I know that I was not the teacher for your sister. Like,
No.
first of all, I know that. Okay,
It was Mr. Manis for her.
I'm with you. But like my thing is that I'm very intense in the classroom. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't even really get a chance to see it. I wasn't developed yet as a teacher.
I didn't really.
But like, I'm intense, and like, if I see somebody like just and laughing at something, oh, so you got this. I stop what I'm doing, I switch it to that, and I come back. I won't allow the littlest distraction, and I do that, and then it kind of keeps order. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if they do all their work, we got free time. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of like a mixture of things. But it took me a while to realize I wasn't the teacher for your sister. I wasn't.
She's a very monotonous, more basic learner.
I get it.
So, and I think that's so cool to me. That just stuff like that, talking to Brenda, especially on like different social stuff, is because she's real shy. I've had an issue with being shy.
Yeah.
I'm not really shy, but at the same time, I overread, but not jump into conclusions. I have an issue with, while people are talking to me, they don't talk to me very much because I overanalyze. And I can get right down to the root, like, oh, something's bothering you. And then when they don't tell me, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Other than that, I leave it alone.
No, I get it. And that's partly your ADHD too.
That is.
Like, you know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
very analytical.
yes. Like, we overthink a lot of stuff. My therapist now has me working on cognitive distortions. So whenever I paint a picture that's not actually there. You know what I mean? Like, so if I got a bad email from, or not a bad email, but if I got an email from a coworker that's basically saying, hey, you messed up on this, do better or whatever, I'm now thinking, oh, this person hates me.
Yeah.
I don't, what did I do to them? That kind of stuff. I paint some picture that it could be there, but that's worst case scenario kind of thing.
It's just into the world.
Yes,
like stuff like
yes,
that.
yes.
I understand that 100% because I do that every day.
Yes.
You do.
I do. She sits there, and I like to call it my little self-destruct mode, pretty much. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm jumping thing to thing.
Train's going
I
different
just
tracks.
recently restarted medication.
Yeah.
3 days ago, actually.
yeah.
Very recent.
And it takes a little bit to get
It
back
does.
in. It takes a little bit to get back in.
I'm at that point where I'm just crashing, like
Yes.
I'm getting real tired.
Yes.
And then boom,
Yeah.
wired. Like,
Yes.
oh, I'm ready to feed the day.
Yes.
Lunch.
And it feels like kind of like a superpower when you're
It
on that
does.
when you're on that it's not a high. It's just it's like, to me, I think of it as it's like the best version of yourself.
Yes.
It's like they just opened all the doors in your head and said go, and you're just like, I can do I can, you know what I mean? It's just that's what it
all it
is.
is.
But then you have to think about that. The reason the crash happens is you just opened all those doors, you just let all this stuff out, and then just shut all of a sudden, and you're just like, oh, so you're using a lot of your energy. So I don't want to cut this too short, but I do have another thing that I've got to get to. But here's the thing. Thank you so much, first of all, for forcing me to look into our past and to remember you. Like, amazing. like amazing, seriously. And we are going to keep in touch for sure. Not only just because like, you know, y'all are who you are, but also like if you get into stand up, I really would love to hear about that.
That would
And
be
same thing,
great.
vice versa. Seriously, that would be cool. Like awesome. I love to see the new you. You know what I mean? And it's nothing wrong with the old you. It's just,
It's so nice to see.
it's
you
just, yeah, it's,
I was really closed off.
yeah, and a lot of it is just feeling safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feel safe to be yourself. So
Yeah, like the perspective from middle school to high school is really different.
Yes.
For everybody.
Yes.
Middle school, it was not it.
you're trying to figure out like how to be yourself, and then
Yeah.
figure out what everybody else
Like,
wants you
you're
to
trying
be, and
figure
then
out
yes,
like how you can show who you are.
Yes.
But then there's those people that will like eat at you and tell you, oh, that's not right, or you know.
Yep.
And they do it for fun.
They do it for fun because they think it's cool, but it's
Yeah.
not.
No, I'm with you.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I remember like people like that, especially during middle school, because I had just moved over there and immediately started getting picked on. And I remember one morning, it was like the Great Epiphany. It was not 7th grade, 8th grade. And I was freaking out. And usually this was like a daily routine for me, is because I was so scared of getting picked on like I did back in Hillsboro.
Yeah.
I would freak out. I'd have like a whole panic attack. I'd cry, just break down if I didn't see something that didn't go together, or I was too overstimulated in something. And that's just how it was. And then I had what I call, once again, the Great Epiphany. I was sitting there, I was like, why does it matter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then I wore pajamas for the rest of the year. I did
Yeah.
not care.
That's really
No.
how it is. Like people will like try and eat at you each and every day, but it's like you gotta sit there and be like, why does it matter? Like just kind of blow it off.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like it doesn't. But then having that safe person or persons you can
Yeah.
kind of like talk to safely, that helps tremendously. Mine, I've got many of them, but Miss Hamilton is definitely one of them. Anyways, thank y'all so much for coming on. I appreciate it. We're gonna stay in touch.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to end this. Like, so do we do the awkward?
Okay, do that. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Ready?
Cool.
Move.
Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Ready, set, go bananas.